Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala. Now, we're continuing our coverage in California of closing arguments in the Scott Peterson hearing for a new trial due to juror misconduct. Now, Peterson's attorneys, or the petitioners as they're known in a hearing such as this, are trying to convince the judge that Peterson's initial conviction for murdering his wife Lacey and unborn son Connor was tainted by a biased juror who intentionally lied on her juror questionnaire to get on the jury. Now, Peterson's death penalty sentence was reversed back in 2020, and the court ordered an inquiry into allegations of juror misconduct by Rochelle Nice, otherwise known as Strawberry Shortcake, of course. Well, I want to bring in my guest now quickly before I get you back into court. My guest for this hour is criminal defense attorney Bobby Shamuilian. Bobby, great to see you again. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right. So at the end of the day, what's at issue here is the credibility of Rochelle Nice, right? And I want to paraphrase essentially the entire argument of the state so far, or the respondent in this particular instance. Basically, they're saying she didn't lie, she just didn't understand. Right? And they're going through all these different reasons why it's plausible that she didn't understand and didn't lie, wasn't biased going in. I want to get your thoughts so far on how it's going. Do you think either side has an advantage thus far?
It's really hard to tell. Both sides have really stellar attorneys making their arguments, really just top of their game, and very impressive to see their arguments and the detail, their memories. It is very moving. The defense would argue, listen, if she has nothing to hide, if she's being honest, there's no animus toward Mr. Peterson, why would she have to have immunity to testify, do the depositions, and get it to this point? And of course, we're seeing the prosecution arguing that, hey, the court shouldn't speculate about some of these details that they're hearing about, and certainly the court shouldn't make any negative presumptions.
I mean, that's fair, right, at the end of the day. But there was a revelation today, and I want to get your thoughts on it. To me, the big news coming out of today was there was a question on the questionnaire that asked specifically, do you think you can be unbiased? Because of all the different publicity. Remember, this was a very high-profile case back in the day, and she said no. Defense attorneys didn't catch it. That, to me, raises so many questions. First of all, it brings into question the overall verdict because she said she couldn't be unbiased going in. But it also tells me, and this I get from Beth Karras, I have to give credit where credit is due. She said that's actually proof that she wasn't lying or trying to be a stealth juror, because she never would have said that if she was trying to get on the jury. I want to get your thoughts on that revelation and what it might mean for this hearing.
I think the fact that in our juror questionnaires there's so many issues, it shows that it's gray. It shows how jury selection is so critical in a trial and how much of an impact it can have in the overall result. And this appeal doesn't involve ineffective assistance of counsel. I think that really, could go to that point. We're specifically here for juror misconduct, and I don't think it's going to help him here.
That's interesting because, again, I was wondering if it might raise that additional issue in the future for ineffective assistance of counsel. So a lot going on here. All right, Bobby, stand by. I do want to get our viewers back into the courtroom for more arguments from Prosecutor David Harris. So let's get back in.
Dealing with question 5E, where she put down that she had spousal support of $400, and then she said something to the effect of that she never had spousal support. She filled that out wrong. And that's on the reporter's transcript, page 117. So that was one that we know about, where she's saying she's filling out a form, but she's got it wrong. There's another one, Exhibit 16, question 19C.
Just a moment. What page? 4?
Unfortunately, those are not numbered, and there's two separate case numbers under that exhibit.
So 19C is the special hardships expenses for minor children? Is that the one?
Correct. And the C question is, these expenses listed in A, B, and C create an extreme financial hardship because, and then in parentheses it says explain. On both of those particular forms, Ms. Nice did not answer the question. So once again, even though she's claiming something relating to that particular question, she didn't explain it. So I bring this to the court's attention because this is the second and third time in the record that we have Miss Nice